always thought my marriage was built on trust. We weren't flashy or overly romantic, but we were steady, reliable, and comfortable. Or so I believed. My wife, Sarah, and I had been together for 8 years. We met in college, fell in love quickly, and got married after graduation. Our friends called us the boring perfect couple, and I was proud of that. I thought it meant we were doing something right. Looking back now, there were signs. I just didn't want to see them. The late nights at work, the unexplained phone calls, the sudden interest in her appearance. These were all things I dismissed as normal life changes. We both had demanding careers, and I didn't want to be the insecure husband asking too many questions. 3.5 years ago, Sarah got promoted. That was when things subtly started changing. She began traveling more often for work and seemed more distant when she was home. I chalked it up to stress. I even supported her through it, encouraging her and taking over more house responsibilities. Then came the phone bill incident. I was checking our shared account and noticed multiple long calls to a number I didn't recognize. At first, I assumed it was a coworker or client. But curiosity got the better of me, and I Googled the number. It was a personal cell, not connected to her company. I waited a few days, watched her habits, and finally did something I never thought I would. Checked her phone while she was in the shower. What I found shattered me. Dozens of messages, some romantic, others explicit, and worst of all, pictures. They had been talking for over 3 years. Her affair partner's name was Eric. He worked with her at her previous branch before she got promoted. Apparently, they had continued the relationship even after he moved out of town. I couldn't breathe. It wasn't just a fling, it was a full-blown secret relationship. I didn't confront her right away. Something inside me snapped, and I decided I didn't want to argue. I didn't want an apology. I didn't want to see fake tears or hear justifications. I wanted out with dignity. So I started planning my exit silently. I made copies of the messages, took screenshots of everything, and backed it all up. I contacted a lawyer, opened a new bank account, and moved part of my salary into it. I even found a small apartment nearby and signed the lease under a friend's name. 2 weeks later, she went on one of her work trips. While she was gone, I packed everything I needed, canceled shared subscriptions, and removed my name from utilities. I left a note on the kitchen table with just one sentence. I know everything. Don't contact me. I blocked her on everything, phone, email, social media. I cut off her family too. I didn't want explanations, guilt trips, or apologies. I was done. It took her 3 days to realize I was serious. She started calling mutual friends, even came to my workplace, but I refused to talk to her. When she showed up crying at my apartment, my friend told her to leave. She was shocked. She hadn't expected me to go silent. She had expected a dramatic fight, accusations, or maybe even forgiveness. But my silence hurt more than any screaming ever could. She began sending letters, then emails from new accounts. At first, they were filled with excuses. Then came the apologies. Then came the threats. You'll regret this. You're throwing away our marriage. I ignored every one of them. I filed for divorce 2 months later. She contested it, tried to stall it out, even begged me to attend counseling. But I stayed quiet. My lawyer handled everything. The evidence I had made the process easier. The court awarded me most of our shared assets. Sarah moved out of our old house after the settlement. I heard she tried dating Eric openly, but it didn't last long. AP.